It's WrestleMania season. We are less than 1 week away from night one of this year's WrestleMania 37, and it's going to be good. There's so many good matches I'm looking forward to. I think so many different matches have potential to steal the show. Other matches have opportunities to be massive talking points, and I think we're going to get multiple title changes on the biggest stage of the year. This is the Super Bowl of WWE. I'm hyped. I hope you're hyped. Let's go along with the predictions. Before we go to WrestleMania, though, I really do want to predict the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It will take place the SmackDown before night one of WrestleMania. Kind of cool. The superstars involved are on your screen. I'm not going to list 22 names. You can all read. You know who they are. You know who's involved. I think it could be really cool. You've got the dynamic of Retribution. Like, this is probably going to be the first time that Mustafa Ali is in the ring with Slapjack, T-Bar, Mace. What's going to happen there? Of course, it's Raw and SmackDown superstars. So I kind of, with my prediction for this, want to pick one guy from each brand. It's either going to be someone from SmackDown or someone from Raw for that reason. And it depends who they're going to give it to. So I feel like from SmackDown, they could give it to Shinsuke Nakamura. I think that could be a really good pick, and that's the one I'm going to go with. If Raw is the brand who wins this, though, I feel like the person to win it is Mustafa Ali. It genuinely makes sense with Retribution breaking up to give him that massive push. I really like this year's Andre Battle Royal. The match, I think, will start WrestleMania Night 1. I think it's the reason there's no kickoff show. I think WWE want to say we're back in a massive way. And of course, doing that with a WWE title, that's huge. Lashley defends against Drew McIntyre. And this one's hard to call. I feel like they want to give Drew his WrestleMania moment. But at the same time, Lashley's really been a good WWE champion. It feels like a long time since we've said that. They've kind of played hopscotch with the belt a bit in the past. Never really found a champion that really connects with people. Lashley's definitely done that. So I'm going to go with my heart. I think WWE are going to give Drew the win. But I'm going to predict, because I want it to be true, I want the almighty Bobby Lashley to retain the WWE Championship belt. It is Bad Bunny versus The Miz. Really interesting report I read the other day saying that Triple H was really proud of Bad Bunny. He's earned his respect because he's moved to Florida. He's put the time in at the Performance Center. He's really learned the craft for this moment at WrestleMania. This isn't a continuous thing that he's going to have one match and he's done. Maybe they'll work together in the future, but I don't think WWE are going to, disappoint the fan base that Bad Bunny has got. I wish The Miz would win it. I always hope that wrestlers beat celebrities. But on this occasion, with the work Bad Bunny's put in, with the fan base he's built for himself, I think WWE could quite happily give him the win here. And it kind of makes sense to do so, to please that audience. And I don't think the majority of people will like it, but I think Bad Bunny is going to beat The Miz. Cesaro will go one-on-one with Seth Rollins. This match has potential again to steal the show at WrestleMania, without a doubt. Now, the cool thing here is this is Cesaro's first ever WrestleMania singles match, and the build for it has been really good. WWE have done a great job at that. They've done this whole thing where Seth's return, all the hype was on him, and they've injected Cesaro straight into that story with Seth. They've had Cesaro humiliate Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins plays that horrible, obnoxious heel really well, and he's portrayed Cesaro as a megastar in the making, and this is Cesaro's chance to have his huge WrestleMania moment. And although you know me, I love to praise the Messiah, I think Cesaro has got Seth Rollins' number at WrestleMania. Prediction, Cesaro. Sasha Banks will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, the winner of the Women's 2021 Royal Rumble. I really hope this match main events night one. If you're going to put the WWE title on first, have this match be the final match at night one. It genuinely makes sense. I think a lot of people are expecting Sasha Banks to retain the title here. I really feel like WWE are pressing the reset button at WrestleMania. I think they're looking towards the future, and I think they've introduced Bianca Belair as that star of tomorrow that's going to arrive next week at WrestleMania. I think the time is right to give her the SmackDown Women's title, see what she can do with it, see if she can create those big moments in the future. And, of course, Sasha Banks is not going to be removed from that title picture, but let's shake things up a little bit. Belair to win. New Days, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods defend the Raw Tag Team titles against AJ Styles and Omos. Now, here's the fun part of this. We know Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston will have some amazing WrestleMania attire. We know that all three of AJ, Xavier, and Kofi can deliver a really big match. We don't know what the giant Omos can do in the ring. He is making his in-ring debut at WrestleMania. Now, a lot of people are expecting for that reason he's going to win the tag team titles. I don't think so. I'm going outside the box, and I think the way that New Day have played this, I think they're going to split up Omos and AJ, and I think, therefore, maybe Omos walks away or something and costs them the match. Therefore, I think the New Day will retain the tag gold. Braun Strowman goes one-on-one with Shane McMahon. You know that you're kind of in a position where WWE want to push you when you face Shane McMahon. I kind of don't like this story. I know the majority agree with me on that. I see it on Twitter every day at the moment, but I think the whole bullying thing and the person that's being bullied overcoming the bully is kind of so overdone in wrestling. I don't like the whole Braun thing. That kind of sucks. I kind of think WWE rushed this storyline a little bit. If they were smarter, it would have involved Raw Underground. It would have involved like Dabba-Kato, for example. There's so much more WWE could have done with this. Hopefully, maybe they do at WrestleMania, but I don't think they will. I think it's a one-time match, and I think Braun Strowman is going to be the man to beat Shane McMahon in the cage. Kevin Owens will go one-on-one with Sami Zayn. This match is one I'm looking forward to. Owens versus Zayn never disappoints in WWE, and I don't think it will ever. I don't think this kind of rivalry could ever get boring. I do think Kevin Owens could be the one that flies off the pirate ship. I really hope he does. I know he wanted to do it last year. Let the man jump, Vince. We obviously know Logan Paul is the X Factor in this match. He is coming down in the corner of Sami Zayn, but I think the swerve will be he'll turn on Sami, he'll join Kevin Owens, he'll help Kevin Owens to win, and obviously get a pop from the fans because he's a celebrity, apparently, and Kevin Owens, therefore, will beat Sami Zayn. The conspiracy theories will continue. It's all against you, Sami. Riddle will go one-on-one with Sheamus for the United States Championship. That is, of course, if Riddle remembers it's WrestleMania, remembers he's got a match, remembers the championship, remembers... I don't know, he might forget everything by the time WrestleMania comes around. I really like Riddle, but I do think the way Sheamus has performed recently, the huge matches he's had with Drew McIntyre, I feel like this is a big opportunity for WWE to push Sheamus again. Someone they've had at the top of the mountain before, someone they've done a lot with, but use him again, get him to put other people over in the future. But to do that, give him the United States Championship. He damn well deserves it. As I said, the matches he's had recently have been outstanding. Let him have that title. Let him do big things. Sheamus versus Keith Lee for the title. That could be a really fun feud for the future. So yeah, Sheamus to win. Asuka will defend the Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley. This match is one I'm really looking forward to. I think WWE have some instant classic chemistry here. Now, Asuka's title reign hasn't been great. WWE have not really booked her at all, which is awful. And I think the time is now to take that championship from Asuka. And let's give it to Rhea Ripley. I feel like Rhea Ripley as champion, coming in, demanding that opportunity, taking the opportunity that is owed to her for last year's debacle at WrestleMania, taking the Raw Women's Championship and standing at WrestleMania with a championship above her head. That's exactly the image to create a megastar of tomorrow. And Rhea Ripley is that name, 100%. So, Rhea Ripley to win the title at WrestleMania. Big E will defend the Intercontinental title against Apollo Crews in a Nigerian drum fight. No idea what a Nigerian drum fight is, but whatever the stipulation is, whatever weird, wacky way WWE will present this match, I do think this will then favour Apollo Crews, which then adds weight to my prediction that this is Apollo's time. I think the fact that they continued this feud to WrestleMania is an indication that Big E's going to lose that championship, which is fine. Let Big E move on up to the main event scene, go for the Universal title, and let Apollo Crews have this massive WrestleMania moment to win the Intercontinental Championship is massive. And I think his new character, by the way, has been really good. So let's do it. Apollo for the win. Here we go. The match I know a lot of you are waiting for me to predict. It is The Fiend versus Randy Orton. It's the blood feud. Honestly, I think most people that watch this channel are probably looking at this match as the match at this year's WrestleMania. You know what? I'm bummed. I was bummed it didn't have the WWE Universal or WWE title involved in it. But genuinely, it doesn't need it. The hype is there. Alexa Bliss claims Randy Orton's going to die. Well, the Legend Killer is going to die at WrestleMania. We're gonna find out. Honestly, a lot of people are expecting a stipulation. They're expecting cinematic. I don't think that's what we're gonna get. There have been reports that this is going to be a straight-up match, and then the feud will come to an end at Money in the Bank. Why? Fans are back. And I think WWE know fans want to see The Fiend, not just put him onto a screen in front of them. That's what they've had for the last year. So I do think that this feud is going to continue past WrestleMania, and that's perfectly fine. But I think WrestleMania, the reintroduction of The Fiend, it's got to be an easy Bray Wyatt win, right? We got to back the leader of the Fireflies, The Fiend, to beat Randy Orton. And the triple threat match, which I expect to end Sunday's WrestleMania, is Roman Reigns defending the title against Daniel Bryan and Edge. I'm really looking forward to this. I think the fact that this is a triple threat match is fine. I know some people don't like it. The only thing that confuses me is who the hell is a damn heel? Like, they're all heels pretty much. They're all doing whatever it takes to win the championship. And I kind of like it. A little bit confusing. I do think this is the redemption story. I think Daniel Bryan was added to this match so Edge can pin him and Edge can then become the Universal Champion, keeping Roman Reigns looking strong, and Edge walks out of WrestleMania having that huge WrestleMania main event moment, and of course walking away with the Universal Championship on his shoulder. It just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Edge to win. Well, there you go. That is the match card as currently booked for WrestleMania at the time of recording. I think we will get a women's tag title match, multiple teams and stuff like that. Probably night 2 of WrestleMania. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm looking forward to that. Please let the Riot Squad win if it does happen. Liv and Ruby definitely deserve that moment. If you haven't already, make sure you turn on notifications on the channel. because obviously there will be videos this week promoting, looking at in-depth theories of WrestleMania. And of course, there'll be videos covering everything that goes down at WrestleMania, NXT Stand and Deliver, Raw, SmackDown, things you might have missed. As always, it's going to be a fun week. So make sure notifications are on. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video. It really does help it out on YouTube, so I do appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter at CWrestlingUK, and I'll see you next time. Peace!